Hello everyone! Welcome to Cherry Clips. Today I'll be sharing a movie about youth and first love. It's called Blue Summer. Rose is a girl who lives in the city. This year, she will spend the summer holidays with her little brother at their grandma's in town. After they arrive, they are attracted by beautiful scenes in the countryside. Rose is very excited. When she tries to catch a cicada on the tree, a boy named Gavin passes by. Thinking Rose is sightseeing, he introduces her to a beautiful waterfall ahead. Then they go there together. As Gavin says, it's indeed an awesome place. Rose plays beside the creek with delight. Gavin reaches out his hands gently to hold Rose in case she would slip and fall. Gavin is working at a shop in the town. He gives Rose a card of the shop. He tells her that they have juice and other goodies and says he can even give her a souvenir if she'd like. Then Gavin leaves on his moto. Looking at his back, Rose seems to fall in love with him. Then Rose comes to her grandma's grocery shop. She comes across Gavin here again. In fact, Gavin often helps her grandma look after the shop. What a coincidence! However, after Rose's grandma introduces them to each other, Gavin misunderstands her and thinks that she lives in the city but leaves her grandma alone. In Gavin's eyes, Rose has no responsibility and filial piety. He goes away, leaving Rose confused. The next day, Gavin comes to the shop of Rose's grandma. Rose is helping do chores clumsily. She can't even make ice cream, so Gavin comes to help her. He accuses her of rarely coming to visit her grandma and always does stupid things causing more trouble. Then Rose sees Gavin is talking to some girls and giving them a card of his shop. She becomes unhappy because she thinks Gavin is so superficial and fake. How could he do this to other girls? Does it mean everyone can get his card? She cries and goes out on her bike. Unfortunately, she stumbled on a branch and falls deep into the forest. Her feet are hurt. When she tries to call for help, she finds there is no signal. At night, Grandma keeps calling her for dinner. Looking at worried Grandma, Gavin says Rose shouldn't leave her alone. Grandma laughs. She realizes he must misunderstand Rose. So she shows him some pictures of them, taken during the holidays. She explains that she doesn't get left alone. She goes and visits them in the city, too. Gavin realizes that he has misunderstood Rose. Later, he finds Rose in the forest. Rose can't walk by herself due to the hurt on her feet, so Gavin carries her on his back and takes her home. On the way back, he apologizes to Rose for getting the wrong idea, so the misunderstanding between them is eliminated. After that, Gavin and Rose become good friends. One day, Gavin introduces his friends to Rose and her little brother. They happily go to play at the riverbank. Later, Gavin's friend Mary comes. Mary has a crush on Gavin. Looking at how Gavin is praising Rose and inviting her to participate in an event, she is jealous and falls into the river deliberately to attract Gavin's attention. Gavin immediately jumps into the river to save her. Other friends also banter and call Mary daughter-in-law. Mary wants to warn Rose that Gavin belongs to her this way. After that, Rose realizes Mary and Gavin aren't just friends. So she asks Gavin if Mary is his future wife. Gavin replies, "You are talking about that? It's just our parents arranging it for us." Hearing that, Rose is glad and decides to pursue him. In the following days, she makes noodles for him. She praises his talent for design and encourages him to go to art school in the city. She just wants to approach him. At last, Rose makes a confession to Gavin in the library. Gavin originally thinks it's a joke, but Rose says she is serious. Then Gavin and Rose walk out to a hilltop together. Gavin tells Rose that they live in different worlds. Rose will leave here at the end of the holiday, but Gavin wants to stay in the town, so they can't be together. Later, Rose's friends come to visit her from the city. A boy named Carl likes Rose. He often calls Rose out to play together. Seeing they are happily having a barbecue, Gavin is jealous. Actually, Carl also finds that Gavin has special feelings for Rose. So he calls Rose out and asks her, "As you told us before, is Gavin your fate?" Rose denies it awkwardly. Later, in the swimming competition, Gavin and Carl try their best to be the winner in order to prove who is better. Actually, they are competing for Rose. After several days, Rose's friends have to go back to the city. Rose and Carl exchange their phone numbers. Carl says he will wait for her in the city. Because of the appearance of his rival, Carl, Gavin realizes he has fallen in love with Rose. So he decides to pursue her. He invites her to the temple fair. He takes her to fish and watch fireworks together. He tells her his childhood dreams. At last, he comes to her grandma's and makes a confession to her. So they become lovers and begin to date. They watch movies together, they ride bikes out together, they wear lovers' clothes and climb mountains together, they watch concerts in the town together. Anyway, they have spent a lot of happy times together. At the end of July, Rose's holiday is over. She is reluctant to leave. She is also afraid that she couldn't refrain from feeling sorrow when she says goodbye to Gavin. So she leaves with her little brother without telling Gavin. After Rose leaves, Gavin misses her so much. At last, he decides to go to the art college in the city. After knowing that, Mary is unhappy. She wants Gavin to stay in the town with her. So she again pretends to fall in the river accidentally and calls for Gavin to save her. However, Gavin says, "You can actually swim, can't you?" I have made up my mind. One day, Carl calls Rose out and shows her the beautiful scenery of a bridge. He says there are nice sceneries in the city. Rose understands his true meaning. She apologizes to him and tells him she still likes Gavin. Carl thinks for a while and says, "Earlier, I saw him in the city. He might be your fated one, just like you said. Go to him." Hearing that, Rose rushed out to look for Gavin. At the art school, where Gavin said he was once lost, she comes across him again. They express their inner feelings to each other and then kiss deeply. They make an appointment to be together after Gavin graduates, because he decides to go to the art college in the city 1 year later. Then, the movie ends. It doesn't tell us what happens to them 1 year later. Do you think they will have a happy ending? Okay, that's all for today's movie. Lastly, if you enjoy this video, please don't forget to support us by hitting the like button and subscribe by turning on the notification bell so that you won't miss out whenever we post our new video. Thank you, and I'll see you next time.